We've had two presidents in this country that personally I've been wanting to learn more about them. Kibaki and Moi. When it comes to education, those two leaders have made some efforts. But now on this particular channel and video, kindly show us, between Moi and Kibaki, who was better?
No, but I can't say that one is better than the other. But they came from two different thoughts of education, of backgrounds.
Okay.
You know, Moi became the president in 1978. When Jomo Kenyatta died on 22nd of August 1978, the constitution then allowed him to take over as the president.
Okay.
And I want to tell you that he must have done something so good that after 10 years of his service, there was something called 10 years of Moi era. Kenyans were satisfied with the way Moi had governed this country up that time. And out of that, when you go back, Moi left several marks, which many people might not know, but I can let them know. We have the Moi International Moi International Airport in Mombasa. We have what you call the Moi International Sports Stadium at Kasarani. We have the Nyayo Stadium, which is in Nairobi. We have what we are calling the Eldoret International Airport. We have the airport that he had interest with airports, and he was very keen on wood structures. He could not stand, if he gives you a project, he could not stand a poorly done project. He was very keen on what's called workmanship.
Okay.
You can see the kind of schools he established, like Sacho High School, like the Kabarak High School, which later became a university. Do you know how Kabarak became a university? There was a graduation in KU. And the late George Ashwan professor, who a man I respect so much about his innovation and education because he brought parallel programs in this country.
Okay.
And no any other vice chancellor has thought of such a great idea like what Ashwan did. And Professor Ashwan is the father of culture in Kenya. He started from KU in 1993. It never used to be there. But these days even schools have their culture weeks. I want to state that Moi, if you look at Moi University, he went and started a university from scratch. It was nothing was on that ground. And it was done meticulously. When you are looking for a place like the schools like Moi Forces Academy, Nairobi, Moi Forces Academy, Lanet, we are talking about the Utumishi Academy and the Utawala Academies. These are schools Moi supervised as a president, so that they are done meticulously to take the students. Majority of the buildings in this country, of the 41 universities that are started in Kenya, majority were buildings which were done by Moi. When we talk about Kibaki, he changed the name from a college built done by Moi to a university. But those, like now we talk about Masai Mara University, that was Narok Teachers College.
Yes.
You are talking about Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. That was Bondo Teachers College. So if you go even to a college like Baringo Teachers College, you are going to a place like Tambachi Teachers College, you go back to a place called Muranga Teachers College. If you ever get time to go there, you will surely say that the buildings were well done, they were supervised by the president, and they were done because he was the commander-in-chief. And all the universities, Moi was totally in charge, and he was the chancellor of all universities. By the way, if you cheat in exams, you are expelled to the area chief using the college bus. And the entire village will know that you have been expelled. It was called to be discontinued. It was the greatest humiliation you will ever have. And the letter was written that the students cannot be admitted to any other Commonwealth university in the world. It was so punitive. So examinations were taken very seriously during Moi's time. He never condoned cheating in exams because I think he believed, because he was a teacher, that if one student cheat in exams, they don't respect the principal, they don't respect the head of state. Yeah. So the strength, if the integrity of an examination was very strong during Moi's time. It could not be condoned, not even the universities. It was so serious, and at that time students were innovative. That's why majority of the students who have finished university that time went into, the majority of the students who finished that time from the universities went into professional jobs in this country. But the ones who are finishing now, majority of them go for manual work again. They finish the high school university, then you hear they have gone to do manual work somewhere outside this country. Meaning that were they really prepared to go and do the managerial work? Because we'll talk about graduates. Our graduates should do a managerial work.
It's true.
That's why you have been there for 4 years.
Yes.
You have been taken through a lot of knowledge. It may not be specific that you are going to do something or do that. You are going to manage technicians or people who are going to be under you to produce a service or goods. But when you get graduates getting out of university and the graduates cannot stand on their own, then it means quality has been compromised. But we hope, I want to say that that's what I can say. The education of this country, Moi had to change it from what was called 7-4-2-3 to what was called 8-4-4. By the way, he stood for it. In 1990, when students joined the University of Nairobi, the students who joined a course called agriculture, engineering, all of them were failed. So that the president could be shown that the system has failed. Later, they called the newspaper, that is Nation, and they wrote a big headline that the 844 is a flop. The lecturers who were in that department, all of them were sacked on the spot. And they were not allowed even to teach in nursery schools in Kenya, because they had conspired to kill the system. But he stood by the system. The 844 system now is one of the respected education systems in the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why was it changed now?
He wanted it to be more technical. Before it was a lot of humanities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like the whole of Kisii here, we had only 3 schools teaching in sciences.
Yes.
Sameta, Kisii school and Kano, Tunga Masoji. Yeah. All the others, A level, which were the Form 6, they were teaching humanities.
Oh, okay.
And so he wanted now Kenya to industrialize. And to industrialize that, he needed people who were in manufacturing. And so the system had to change to people who already love doing work by their hands. Before it was for white collar jobs largely. Moi was balanced. He was able to balance between social and the economy, but not so much in the economy, so much in the social. Kenyans were happy during his time because like culture was serious. And you know, culture is the greatest investment you can ever do. Because with culture, it doesn't end. Yeah. In fact, if you invest in culture, because the countries which are doing well in the world are the ones which are good in tourism and sports. You see, like now, if you remove football from Britain, Britain is no longer anything. Yeah, you talk about Man U, Arsenal the whole day. Because that's a social thing and it's bringing the people together. You know, with engineering, it's a one-off course. If you are doing a road between Mombasa and Kisumu, once it's done, that is all. But with culture, you have to eat every day. You have to dress every day. So it is a very productive area. So that area, you worked very hard, and it was on that area. But I can say, on education, he focused on few people getting to places, but with quality. Because even, and he worked under very strenuous circumstances, because during his time, there was what we call structural adjustment programs. And the country never used to get loans. So he was using internal resources. By the way, our budget of the year was between 160 billion to 199 billion per year. Not today when we talk about trillions of money. That time, the budget was between 160 billion and 199 billion shillings, around there. Largely supported by agriculture, but where there was more money was in schools, where students could take free milk in schools, and the university's food was either cheap or subsidized. Yeah. For the first 10 years, food was free in the university, all the way from independence, because it was a culture from Makerere University. It came to Kenya. Food at universities for students was free, and a lot of it, because you are given what's called a SUA card, Students Welfare Association, a card that will allow you to eat in any university. So the only school fees you are paying is 1,400 as caution money. Then you enter the university. For 3 years, you take free food. And you are before you graduate, you have a letter of employment.
During Moi's time.
Yeah, before you graduate, the letter of employment is here. You are now working against you being posted. And that is how life was. And education, like teachers, were being posted naturally up to 1998. That's when things changed. Otherwise, after budget was read by Nyacha at that time, and they were saying they want to reduce the number of teachers, that kind of politics now brought some issues. But before, health sector and education sector, employment was instant. And then we used to have, during his time, we used to have direct colleges like, like telecom. We used to have a course called the Telecommunications College, which was at Mbagadi, the current Multimedia University.
Yes.
Once you enter there, the first month as a student, you start earning. Yes, you are a student, but you start earning straight. You are on payroll. Teachers who are going to primary school teacher colleges like Kamwenja, like Baringo Teachers College, in their second year, they are on payroll. And they used to be given pocket money end of the month by the state. You are given money to be enticed to be a student, because that time people did not want to go to school. So there was he had to fight to get people back to school. So he was working under different circumstances around that time. I told you some technologies like email was introduced in Kenya around 94, meaning that we are not that technologically advanced by that time as much. So that's how we are operating around the particular time. But you can say for education, there was something started. It was strong on sports. We even used to have, we used to have what is called the Moi Golden Cup. Yes. From Kibaki never thought about it at all for 10 years. Yes, he was not supporting sports that much. He was also not supporting culture that much. The same, of course, with Uhuru. They were not very keen on sports, which is a very key area for Kenya. Absolutely. By the way, athletics has put Kenya a position that is
Sebastian
a bit
Sawe
very
just
high.
Broke the record.
Yeah, and the people went into sports, like the people believed, like the people from the Rift Valley. Eldoret is a big town because of sports, because source of champions. And in fact, the other day, this year or last year, when Trump said that he doesn't know what Kenyans does to the athletes, and they are we are in athletics, but if we could do football, we could be very far. Yes, because our stadiums are empty most of the time. Even if your team is big, they cannot occupy 10%, especially the big stadiums, Nyayo and Kasarani, unless people are entering free. So if those stadiums could be collecting money, sports could really raise this country very high. So for Kibaki, he expanded the education, yes, but now quality was compromised.
Quality?
Yes, a lot. A lot, yeah. Because the ratio, we talk about the ratio of the teachers to that one of the students. Yeah. Because if the moment you have got one lecturer for 100 students, there's no quality.
There's no quality.
Yeah.
That's true. That one,
yeah. You must reduce it back to, the best ratio is supposed to be 1 to 2. One staff member, the lecturer, and the university staff, especially technicians, together with students, the ratio should be 5 students to 1 at least.
The worst. The
worst. Especially when we are talking about an engineering course. I want to give you an example. When I joined the university in 93, students who were doing architecture, they were 12.
In that university?
In a class. There were only 1 to 12, the whole of Kenya. So when there were only 12, the lecturers who were teaching them were about 24. The lecturers were more than the students.
2 to 1.
That's why quality comes out. But now when you are seeing one lecturer teaching 2,000 students, that's a waste of time. It's not even a church, it's not even a market. It's something else.
Mbaya.
Yeah.
Mbaya.
It is something else. It's not, there's no quality.
So
quality was totally compromised because the number of students, if they increased, then the number of lecturers was supposed to be double, not even triple. They were supposed to be tenfold of the what was existing, so that we can talk about quality. That's why, have you ever seen a university in Kenya produce electricity?
No.
One. So they don't concentrate on quality. They talk of grades and theory.
That is
Are
it.
they really working on... You know, there's no single university even in this country which has said we can make electricity and sell it. Yeah.
And you know it's possible.
They don't... It's possible. It's a small thing.
Here to Nyanza River.
You know, you just... How many rivers do we have? Even in Nyanza region, we have every county in Nyanza region has a university. And we have permanent rivers. By the way, Lake Victoria is the largest fresh lake water in the world.
Yes.
And then we have Nzoia River, we have Nyando River, we have the Kuja River, we have many rivers. But do you know we don't produce electricity? Even wind can be produced here because we have hills, but we don't go to that kind of... So when we are seeing that, we are saying that we are not really impacting in these students and even in inspiring them that if you have gone for university, you are a manager. Even that word is enough.
It's enough.
It's enough. Just telling them you have gone to university to manage what you have learning. Yes. If somebody has gone to university to manage natural resources, imagine how wonderful that course is. That you are going to manage the sun. you are going to learn how to manage the sun and produce solar.
Something great.
Somebody is doing a course called renewable energy, a big course, because that person is going to learn how this electricity is going to be produced, and it will it will run the night. But somebody somewhere is trying to call renewable energy a bad cause. That's a great cause. Without it, the nights will be dark. Yeah? When we talk about renewable energy, we're saying we are replacing oil with solar, wind, and hydro. And we have all those resources in this country. Better still now, we can now produce electricity from the waves of the ocean. Kenya is a pleasant country. There's a big lake here. The other end, there's an ocean. So we can't lack it. But do we get people who can do that? So I can't say was long was that, but for education, Moi still stands out because his schools were great.